Hi drummers, hope you're well. So 16th note swing, I get asked about this quite a bit. Shuffle 16th, 16th note swing, swung semi-quavers, all means the same thing. It means in the music, when you're playing your 16th notes, 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander, well, it means you don't play them like that, not evenly spaced. You play every other one, the E and the later than normal. 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander. It gives you that sassy, swaggering, well, swung feel. Let's play it on the snare. I'm going to play a bar of straight 16ths. 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander. I'm going to swing those 16ths. 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander. You get it? Different feel. Every other note is played later. What I'm going to do here is play 3 different grooves. I'm going to play them with a straight 16th note feel and then a swung 16th note feel. Hopefully that will illustrate it a little bit. Really, really important point here is that when you're swinging your 16th notes, the quarter notes and the 8th notes and any other note value for that matter, unless it says so, are not affected. So it's not the same as playing a shuffle, quote unquote, which is usually what drummers use to refer to an 8th note shuffle, as in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and not to do with that at all. Here, the quarter notes and the 8th notes, the crotchets and the quavers, are played straight still. It's only the 16ths that are swung if it says 16th note swing. So here's the first groove. It's from grade 5 rock and pop Sir Duke, Stevie Wonder, right? Basic groove goes like this. And that's just the sort of first bar from the verse there. Now, hopefully you can hear there on the hi-hat, when the 16ths come in, they're swung. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Remember, the 16th note swing will apply to the E and the So the second and the fourth of every 4, you play them a bit later. So the maths of it is one thing. Obviously, a big, big part of this is feel, and you've got to be able to feel the difference between those two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the same thing now straight. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and a. Okay, now I'm going to swing it. There's only going to be one note which changes here, and that's the of beat 2 and the of beat 4, the last 16th. I'm going to play it later. Check it out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. Straight. And swung. You getting it? Okay, cool. Second groove is from Trinity, regular Trinity, as in Trinity College London, grade 3, double bubble Duchess. Groove goes like this. So it's swung, right? It's swung. It says on the music, 16th note swing. I'm going to play that groove straight. And again here, the only note that's actually affected is the second of the 2 little 16th notes on the and of beat 2. So the well, if I play it straight, they're going to be nice and evenly spaced. 1 and 2 and I'm going to play that groove straight for you now. Now with 16th note swing. And straight. And swung. You're hearing that? It's sassier, it's groovier, it's got more of a swinging hip-hop feel. There's only one note that changes, man, in that case. The at the end, a little bit later. 16th note swing. And lastly, Superstition, right? Actual Superstition by Stevie Wonder. The first couple of bars go like this. There's a lot of 16th note swing going on there, isn't there? If I play it straight, it'll go like this. And straight away, if you've heard that song and you know it and you love it, you hear that, you're like, ugh, no, that's not right. It's got to swing, man. It's got to have that sassiness to it. In fact, it's often thought that, you know, on the Stevie Wonder field, and he's playing the drums there, it's actually not fully swung. It's like on the way to being straight and swung. And one thing you realise here, actually, as you get more experience, perhaps with these concepts or this concept, is that it's actually not. It's not a dichotomy. It's not 100% straight or 100% swung. It's actually a scale, and you can move, you can be at various points between those. But that's not the point of this video. I'm going to do my best to swing it fully here with 16th note swing. Here it comes. And here it comes straight. And here it comes swung. So it's partly a maths thing, isn't it? It's partly the E and the A is later. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And it's partly a feel thing, and mostly it's a feel thing. The maths and the counting, like always in drumming, in my opinion, is super useful, especially when you're a bit confused, when you're working things out, doing that necessary thing that musicians do of breaking music down, working it out, counting it out when things get tricky. The maths is a brilliant thing, but it's just no substitute for feel. You've got to be able to feel that thing as well, man. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and 4 versus 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and 4. So that's 16th note swing. I hope that all makes a bit of sense. Any questions about that or anything else, give us a shout. Not to be confused with 8th note swing, which is what drummers and musicians generally, if they don't add anything else to the word swing, would mean, or swung. This is played swung, like a shuffle, right? So shuffle and swing, kind of interchangeable words, mostly on drums. A shuffle groove is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and there we're swinging the 8th notes on the hi-hat, which we're not doing here. Obviously, it's the 16th notes here that swung. Obviously, here you need to know your basic note values and stuff like that. Often when we do this, often when students or people come in for lessons or Zoom for lessons, and they ask about this, not always by any stretch, but sometimes actually when we get into it, the reason they're finding it tricky to understand is actually sometimes goes back to basics of like they're not totally secure with what a quarter note, an 8th note and a 16th note is. So make sure you're up on that first. This is 16th note swing. It's sassy, it's groovy, but it's only the 16th notes that get affected. I've got another video about straight and swung, which I'll link to you below, which you might find useful. And one other thing I was going to mention was do not confuse this in any way with the style of music known as swing. So there's swing music, isn't there, which is basically another word for jazz, right? Where typical grooves go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. Where a swing style groove is played, that's a style of music. The 8th notes there are swung, but don't get those two concepts confused. That's the style of music known as swing. Here we're talking about a way in which a note value is played, either straight, evenly spaced, or swung, where every other one is played late. Thanks for watching as always. I really, really appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please follow Mike Barnes Drums on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube, of course, if you haven't already. And thanks as well, as always, to all the amazing people who've supported this channel by buying me a coffee, which you can do if you'd like to via my Buy Me a Coffee support page, which I'll link to below. Thanks a million to all the amazing people who've done that this week. And you can also become a member now. As a monthly member for £10 a month, you get a whole load of great features, a free Zoom session, a practice plan, which I'll write for you, personalised practice plan based on where you're at and what you want to do with your drumming, drum support, members of videos, you get to priority requests for videos coming up on the channel, and loads more stuff as well. So thanks again to all the amazing new members. Again, if you're interested in any of that, details in the description below this video. Thanks for watching as always, really appreciate it. Swing up your 16th. See you soon. Cheers.